己が宿命を切り開くほかないと安心様は思っておられます。
Since I first saw you, near death on that cliff.
You were impressed by that.
I've known you were a man who understood the importance of taking fate into his own hands.
崖で死の淵にお立ちになっており、己が宿命を操ることの値打ちを知る方だとお見受けしたと申しておられます。
You can appreciate that, really, that kind of speech.
貴殿は異国がねえ。こたびの過ちは多めに見ると伝えてもらえ。拙者は決して虎長様裏切らん。
Not officially.
He refuses your offer. Says it is betrayal of our Lord. You see, once loyalty begins, it does not have an end. Otherwise, it would not be loyalty.
But loyal turns senseless very quickly when the order is so high.
Would you like me to translate that? Or was it for me?
What you just said, it was also for him. Oh, Mariko. I'm annoyed. That's it. Now she's only defined for her feelings for him and... She's not translating everything right. I'm sorry, don't I speak? Your judge is gonna be near. To the courtesans.
もう駆け引きはおやめなされ。人質を解放すると約束がされ、石は成り上がりの小物じゃ。我らが息子に浄土では私を探すように伝えておくれ。これは私が作ってしまったのじゃ。
What I made?
明日、藪重殿が大阪に向けて出立される。我が鉄砲を石堂殿に届けるほか、わしと共に降伏する者の名をお渡しすることになっておる。
Not all of you. You hesitated.
殿、我らは罠に違いなくものを飲むことはできません。罠などではないわ。我らは敗北に向かう道を進まれる殿に従うことはできませぬ。どちらが大事や。我が一族の存続か、それとも日の本の存続か。
You're testing them right there.
私の戦はすでに決着しておる。殿、そのお気持ちを変えるとあらば、拙者今ここで腹を切ります。
Oh no! Certainly not!
おまさかに降伏なされれば、それは代々のご先祖への裏切りになりますぞ。これはわしと虎長様との間のことじゃ。殿はわしにとって唯一無二の友じゃ。
But Toranaga, he said that he has no friend.
拙者は殿が正面垂れの小僧の頃からおそばにお仕えしてまいりました。ならば大阪にてわしの隣で腹を切れ。我らの戦を道半ばで放り出されるのです。
No, there is a plan. Even you said it. Continue to trust him, please, to believe so.
わしはすでに決断を下しておる。こたびはお主が決断をする番じゃ。
Come on, a little wink. Come on.
力がまことに
I thought that he winked.
死ぬがよい。 つはわしに逆らうと決断したのじゃ。わしは譲らん。
But that's it. Now I don't think that you planned something. That you planned. You're not gonna let him.
根性のおわりにございまする。ぶとわしの刀を持て。お前が解釈せよ。
Oh, maybe he truly has a plan, and right now you understood it, and you know that your death is gonna be a proof that he gave up, but in fact you know that he didn't. Tell me that it's something like that, like I want to reassure myself with that sound.
拙者も後を追います。なら、父上、お願いでございます。生きるのじゃ。さすればお前も死を許されん者の気持ちがわかるであろう。決して弾を見捨てるでないぞ。
He knows that Toranaga is gonna need you. I swear, I think that he's sacrificing himself to help Toranaga, to prove to everyone that he's weak and that he's giving up, but you know that it's not. No? No. No. I have to reassure myself and to think that it was not useless, that death, that you truly have a plan, that he saw it and he sacrificed himself for you to help you. Yep.
ヤブシゲ様はお断りになりました。
今日のことでヤブシゲが心変わりするであろう。日を待つがそのように仕分けてくれた。
広松様は
He sacrificed himself.
広松は
But not for what I saw.
古き
No.
友は己の務めをよう分かっておった。我らの幸福を大阪に信じ込ませることが大事なのじゃ。そなたは己の務めを果たす。
Fuck, I was right. I'm so relieved that I was right.
覚悟ができておりまする。
I'm so sad and so relieved at the same time. You're gonna accept his offer?
安心殿が先日申されたことじゃが、拙者にとっては大きな値打ちがあることじゃ。
He can't understand.
盟友じゃ。そなたとわしは盟友じゃ。
私も共に大坂へ参れとの虎永様の命にございます。
To talk with the mother's heir. You're truly sick? Your son or your friend?
我が息子よ。見事に時を稼ぎよったの。
I knew it! I fucking knew it!
無駄にません。広松もお前も決して無駄にはせんぞ。
Ah, that's it. They got me. I cried. Real big tears right there. I think that when this character was introduced, I told you after the second scene with him, something like that, oh, I'm gonna love him. He's such a good friend, you know, for Toranaga. He's giving good advices and also he has an attitude that I can appreciate. For him to do that, like, I understood that he was sacrificing himself. I understood that he knew that Toranaga was not giving up, that it was part of a plan. I'm not sure that he knew Toranaga's plan, but he knew that the guy had a plan. He knew that Toranaga wanted for everyone to give up on him, for everyone to think that he's weak, for all of his vassals right there to get out. So he chose to sacrifice himself because he knew that Yabushige and the other ones not giving up, it was not okay, like they all needed to give up. Toranaga really needed to be all by himself. He knew it, so he sacrificed himself. The fact that Toranaga said into a previous episode that he had no friends, that he had only ambitions and that he was ready to betray everyone and all. Right there we can see that it was not real in the sense that he felt really sad, you know, about what was happening. But at the same time, it was true because he let his friend sacrificing himself. But at the same time, right there, his friend knew about it and Toranaga knew that he knew, so that's difficult. But what is really more hard to think about, but what is more difficult to think about is the fact that, you know, when his son attacked his brother at the end of the previous episode, I told you Toranaga would have been against it, what his son did, like, for sure. And beginning of this episode, when they announced that thanks to that they had a break of 49 days, I was like, no, he planned it. He planned it. A way or another, he planned it. He knew that his son would try something because he's that impulsive. Because he did the other thing earlier, you know, by killing the general with the cannons, all of that. He knew that his son would do something and or he pushed his son to do something, but at the end, his son gave him time, the time that Toranaga needed to plan something else. I can't help myself but to think that Toranaga planned also for his son to sacrifice himself right there. And yes, it's a sacrifice because his son didn't have a lot of chance to succeed right there, and his son was ready to die no matter what, but he wanted to die with blood on his sword. So yes, I consider that as a sacrifice. His son sacrificed himself, his old friend sacrificed himself. The two persons who were the closest to him just sacrificed themselves for Toranaga. One for buying him time. I don't think that he knew it, that he would give him that. I'm not sure that Toranaga, you know, told him to do it directly or not, but no matter what, it happened. And at the end, same, Toranaga didn't truly said to his friend, you have to sacrifice yourself, you have to do that. But he pushed him to do it in the sense that he had no other choice. You know what? It's Ochiba, Lady Ochiba, she said earlier about Toranaga, who is really a snake, acting, you know, in a malicious way, always planning something, always whispering to the right ear and all. Right there, he didn't ask to his son, to his old friend, to sacrifice themselves. He didn't tell them his plan. He didn't, you know, make them a part of his plan, not officially and all. But at the end, they did it, and they did it for him. So I can't help myself but to think that Ochiba, Lady Ochiba, she's right. He's a snake, you know, like, people are doing that for him, are that loyal to him. And I love it, you know how much I value loyalty, I love loyalty, so for sure I love a lot what they did, but I can't help myself but to think that Toranaga won't bought you time, won't bought you the beginning of your plan, but there I don't understand. You needed Yabushige to live with the engine and with Mariko to go to Osaka before your death penalty, you know, would arrive at its end. I don't know what he planned, but for sure he planned something. At some point he made me doubt. All of the thing about acting sick, I was like, really? I can't believe it. Even sick, a guy like him would have come, you know, to his son's funeral. So to not come, it was also a demonstration, something to show that he's weak. But he was not. Like, Toranaga, really weak, would have come. Toranaga, not really weak, didn't come because he wanted for people to think that he's weak. Do you understand what I mean? The engine wants to find a way to survive, to get out of the situation in a good way. It's not a surprise. It's not shocking me. Him with that guy from his crew, it shows more, you know, how much he evolved, and also that he's not on the same page with his man, but also his man doesn't want to follow him anymore. He has to begin a new page, you know, in his life. He understood that. All of the thing with Mariko, I said it, I'm tired of it. With him and Mariko, I mean. Mariko and her husband, that was a sweet moment, you know, in a way, all of that ceremonial for the matcha that he offered her. I understood that it was really a gift that he was giving her. The fact that he wanted to die with her as a protest against Toranaga, I think that she would refuse for that part. She wanted to die to join her father and her family in death, and she was asking for that right, not doing herself, but asking for that right because she wanted to die in an honorable way. Doing that, just the two of them, to protest against Toranaga, for sure she would have disagreed. At least that's what I thought, because of her loyalty for her lord. But the fact that she refused because she wanted to join death, to not be with him, so if it's to die with him, in fact she prefers to live now. Oh really? The sadness in his eyes after what she said. I'm feeling sad for him. And I think that he's an amazing warrior. But I don't forget the asshole that he was to her, that we saw him being to her verbally, physically we saw it. We can imagine the rest also. You know, they had a son together, all of that. We can imagine. So, I'm not gonna... You know, it's not because of these things that I'm gonna love his character, not at all. But right there, I had pity for him. Yabushige, who wants to escape, and oh, it's not a surprise. The conversations between the engine and Yabushige, they are really cool, in fact. Lady Ochiba, she accepted to go with Ishido, really? I'm not sure that she chose right there. She was finally free, and she went with him. No matter what, she would have never accepted to make a deal with Toranaga. I didn't believe into it, not even a minute. Oh, this episode really made me sad, like... Made me doubt during the entire episode. You have a plan, Toranaga, you have a plan. I know that you have. You don't have one? It's not an act. Really, when his friend killed himself, I was like, am I into a big fucking denial? Am I trying too much to reassure myself by telling me that lie, Toranaga has a plan, no, everything happens for a reason, and his friend understood it, and that's why he's doing it. I was so glad, you know, when Toranaga revealed that it was true, that I was not just into a fucking denial, because let's be honest, I was into a denial, and also I had some reasons to think that it was happening like that. But it made me sad no matter what at the end. What made me truly believe that it was a plan, it was all of the part with the Portuguese priest being there only to witness Toranaga being weak, sick, everyone giving up on him, and the fact that Toranaga wanted him to go back to Osaka to deliver that message. For me, that was pretty obvious that everything was part of the plan after that. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review. It's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye. And if you're watching this on YouTube, remember that on my Patreon you have 1 episode of advance if you want. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Crazy.